Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tina and I know you're sitting there with your hair not washed and your makeup half done and all that, but that's okay, you're still gorgeous. Quarantine's been rough, I know. Today is Boxycharm May! I love Boxycharm. So this is just the Boxycharm base box. It costs $25 a month. You should get $150 worth of products, I believe. Right now during this pandemic, they are having a difficult time sourcing products, so please, if you get Boxycharm and you're like, some of the stuff's been out for a while, please try to be understanding because it's still amazing. And when you see my box, you are going to agree. It is amazing for 25 bucks a month. Like seriously. Here's the box, black as always. It looks amazing, so sweet. You open it up and it tells you Boxycharm and then Hello Charmer. Inside the boxes are currently red. This month's theme is Mother Nature. Mother Nature, she can be a bitch. On the back of this tells you everything's in the box and all the prices. You don't have to wonder how much everything in here is worth. The first thing I'm going to pull out is the Elemis Dynamic Resurfacing Facial Pads. I requested this and it's funny because I was online when choice came up and it was like early and I was able to get on there immediately and get all the goo off it from sleeping. It feels really nice, it just feels like a regular pad, like if you got the Birthday Beauty ones. It has a sort of refreshing, clean scent, I guess, or like laundry soap scent. I did request this because the Hourglass highlighter stick that they had, well, I would love to try Hourglass. I never use those sticks and might as well let somebody who's gonna love it have it. Next out of the box, and I'm so excited I got this. I actually have a ton of minis of this because I order from Tarte all the time. This is their Tarte Micellar Water. One thing you really need to know about this is don't get it anywhere near your eyes. Don't do it. If you get it in your eyes, you will regret it. So it has a little pump thing. So you just take your cotton round, go pump, pump, pump. And it's gonna take a second because this has never been primed. Oh, there it goes. Do that, and this stops so much waste so you don't accidentally get too much. It is a really great micellar water. I love how it feels. I love that it gets all the soap residue and any other goo off there. My face is super clean today. I don't have any gunk coming off it, thankfully. I mean, look at that. That's a clean face. I did a couple of masks this morning. I took a shower last night. All that. It feels nice, it's very refreshing, and it does remove makeup very, very well. Just be careful when you're trying to get off that waterproof mascara that you don't get it in your poor little eyes, because it's going to feel like a wasp was like, ha! It stings. Overall, I love this product. I'm super glad I got it. It isn't super insanely expensive. On Tarte, I think it's like 18 bucks for this. Awesome, awesome product. I'm excited about that. Looking in the box, the rest of it is makeup. Yay! Love that. So I got the perfect amount of skincare to make up this month. I'm back, and as you can see, I have my foundation done. Let's check out what else is in my box. I have this Trestique Face Conceal Cover Correct crayon. So this is actually the perfect shade for me for putting on blemishes or dark spots. Look at that. And I'll tell you what else I would use it for. I would just take it right here and draw this line with it. It's perfect for this. Holy cow. You can't even see it because it is a great match right there with my foundation. Like when you do your eyeshadow and stuff, it allows you to cheat, get a line there, and then you just blend it away when you blend your eyeshadow out. Super easy and super convenient. This side is a super duper nice finger sponge. One of the things you can do with this, you can carve out your brows, and this is also super perfect for that. And then just use this to blend it. How cool is that? I hardly ever do this because it's such a pain in the butt to get it blended right. This little sponge is making this super easy. So I love that. And it does, like I have just a tiny, tiny spot right there. Covered it up very nicely. This could be a huge hit for me. I normally, when I get concealing stuff, I hate it because it doesn't match very well. This seems to match perfectly. This is in the shade Porcelain, which I had to figure out something super light. Otherwise, yeah, it ain't gonna work. Next, we have the Studio Makeup eyeshadow palette. Now this palette I've seen online, lots of people are saying there's swatched, and in fact mine also on this darkest shade did look swatched on a magnifying glass and I looked really close. I took my finger over it and I wish I would have filmed this. I wasn't thinking when I did it. You can still sort of see that dark spot, but when I did in fact swatch it, so it's almost really hard to tell if it's actually been swatched because, I mean, you get that little line right there, but I didn't put that there. That was there. So here is it swatched. Yeah, swatching this was really not my favorite thing to do. One is, like when you put it on your arm, you get that powder. It isn't kick up, I guess. I don't know what you call it when you're swatching. It's got a lot of that, so it comes out kind of clumpy. If you run your finger back over it like I did on this one, it smooths out and looks pretty good. But that kick up, I think, will be a problem, even though it might blend well. So my sleeve just fell over the top of it, and look what happened. That's what I mean. Like when you swatch it, it just leaves that kick up all over your arm. Then you end up with this. So hopefully when I'm using it, instead of it being a nightmare, it blends beautifully. What's up for that? And the last thing in here is the Appeal Ultra Cream Liquid Lipstick, and it's that shade there. Better swatch. I have a palette that looks real similar to this that I got as PR. This isn't like unique, I guess. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna use Lace, and then I'm gonna use Blush. The kick up is freaking crazy. I'm just putting blush in my crease. Oh wow, that's a really nice shade. That's one of those shades, that blush shade right here. It's kind of a gray pink color that you could do a whole lot of things with. It blends beautifully. Just use a nice light hand. Don't push on your lids and tug on them. Unnecessary. Just very lightly blend away, and it looks really nice. I'm going to take Dusk, and we're just gonna see what happens when we blend that up here just a little bit. Give it a little bit of pink tone to it. Bring that in just a tiny bit. Now remember, I did put that concealer there, and as you can see, as I'm bringing it around, it sort of stops it right there, so you don't end up with a huge mess. Unless you have tons of fallout, then nothing's gonna save you. But you can then really like just blend over the top of it, and it will let you. It just blends that concealer away. I want it to be just a little bit darker right there on the outer corner, so I think I'm gonna use Fake. I just use a tiny bit of that, and I just very carefully, like I don't want to take away the other stuff I did there. I'm keeping my eyes as open as I can for this, just because I want it to be deeper like that and not the other part. Just taking an angled brush, clean one, and just blending. I'm just bringing it on that line and bringing it around, sort of clean that up and blend out any spots that I don't like. I'm just going to take a little bit of Wicked. These names make no sense to me. And I'm just patting that on my lid over here in the corner. Okay, I have my handy dandy MAC Fix Plus. And on a little bitty brush, I'm just taking Wicked again and patting it over here, using the sort of outer quarter of my eyelid, not going over into the creasy part, and patting Wicked all over it with some MAC Fix Plus. Unfortunately, when I use my fingers, what happens is like I got a little bit right there and it just wipes it away. So that's not good. Now I'm going to take Fallen, which is kind of a pinkier shade. We're gonna try that one with just the finger. Okay, be careful because these are kind of soft and you do pull them up a little bit. That can really ruin your day for fallout. I will say these blend like a dream. I'm just not in love with these shades because they're just not for me. Application is a tiny bit tricky with some of them. Cleaned off my brush, getting some more MAC Fix Plus, and I'm gonna grab Sheen. When they do blend together just beautifully. And if you're not used to creating looks or have a hard time, I think this palette is a really nice beginner palette. Especially if you like neutrals. And now for my lower lash line, I'm going to take Bare and then just blending it into the outer corner. The Bare shade, if you want to do a smoky eye, that shade is amazing. It blends gorgeously. Just that I did right there, it looks so pretty to me. I just feel that it blends out so pretty. I've used dang near every shade in here now. I don't think I've used Gilded. Might as well make it a home run, right? It needs a setting spray of some sort to pick it up and to get it to go on there right. At least for me. Some more Sheen, which I'm just gonna bring down around my tear duct. I've been using my Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand thing, which I love. Today, we're gonna try it with this. I love the little sponge on here. It's so precise. And it makes all those stray brow hairs that I haven't been able to get cleaned up go away. Now I'm taking my lipstick. I have no idea what shade this is. This is just a tiny bit sticky to me. It does have a very, very, very light coconutty scent. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna do my mascara and eyeliner. This is my completed look. Thank you, Boxycharm. Let's talk about the prices. Yay! LMS Resurfacing Pads, $59.99. I knew they were gonna be kind of pricey. The Studio Makeup Ease to Wear eyeshadow palette is $35 for this. I think that's a little up there to me for this particular palette. The Trestique Cover Concealer Crayon, this is $24. I really, really like this. I didn't think it would. This I'm really loving for carving on my brows and stuff. Yeah, Appeal Cosmetics Ultra Cream Liquid Lipstick is $21. I wouldn't buy this. I don't like the way it feels on my lips. It feels kind of drying. It's very tacky feeling to me. If you love it, yay! And I do think it's a pretty shade. And last but not least, the Tarte Micellar Water Magic Makeup Remover and Cleanser is $18. This stuff is amazing. I use it. I love it. I've used it lots of times before. I'm excited to have a full-size one now. So that's what came in my Boxycharm. As usual, is my favorite thing ever. The only thing in here, so I'm not a super huge fan of this, and I probably won't wear this much. This is more out of personal preference than anything. I think the look turned out pretty good, right? It turned out better than the Blanc palette that I hated. It blends nicely. Like I said, if you're a beginner, you're gonna enjoy this. I'm sure it's, you know, worth $35. I noticed that when I got my brush wet, and this is what I thought happened to this, so your palettes all come from Florida, which is very humid, and it's getting warmer. So if the humidity gets in here and gets into the eyeshadows, and then it's drying out and it's like soaked, got into the shadows a bit, you will see a dark mark, but they don't affect your shadow. They just brush away when you swatch them or use a brush. So it does appear as though they have been touched or tampered with, and they haven't. I can show you what I mean. I'm just gonna take some MAC Fix Plus that won't hurt my eyeshadows and put it on this brush. Do that. See that dark mark? If you think of how condensation works, it's going to go to the center of the pan and dry that way. So you end up with that streak that looks like somebody swatched it. I'm positive it's condensation because, like I said, I really got down there with a magnifying glass and was like, okay, who the hell's been touching my shit? Your eyeshadow palette is a huge mess. Like, if there's freaking powder everywhere and it isn't from the pan not going in right, or a little bit of shadow, like they get up on the edges and then they get them in the pan and press it down, and as it travels that little bit shakes off and you end up with a little bit of shadow around the edges. People complain about that. Now I don't complain about that because that just seems, you know, what are they gonna do? This thing that they're having with the condensation, I do think that people are way overreacting, like way overreacting. I got down there and really looked, and it definitely hadn't been touched. You can tell with a magnifying glass if a shadow's been touched or not, because there is a texture, a machine texture, that you can't replicate that goes over your whole shadow. And if you disturb that, you can't get it back. You can't make it come back. I don't care what you do. And condensation isn't going to make it go away. It might make it a little flatter, but it won't make it go away. If you touch it, it's automatically gone, and then you know it's been messed up. As you can see, it's still there. And that was just a tiny little bit. So if you can imagine this being shut in a humid climate, then traveling, and today it's very humid here in Montana, I definitely see how the humidity is causing this for these shadows. If you didn't have that, that's probably why. If it isn't, I'm so sorry, because I do know I've had my FabFitFun box, I had one of them completely open and gone through. Pissed me off. So I'm loving my box as usual. This is a huge hit for me. I love this, 59 bucks, so that is 2 Boxycharms plus some. And then I love this so much. It's crazy because I didn't think I would, and I'm gonna use the heck out of this because I use it anyways. 59 plus 18, 69, 7, 21. So if I just took these 3 items that I adore and will be using the heck out of, that's almost 100 bucks right there. I mean, odds are I will use this again. I might use this again. It's not my favorite though. I will probably pass it on to somebody who will love it. I hope you enjoyed my edition of Boxycharm, because quarantine, this is what I got to look forward to. Yes. Well, honestly, my life isn't much different in quarantine. I don't get to go anywhere anyways. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!